All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on. Got it. 7, Mike, 7.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the set.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
They'll run on first down. Carson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On the double.
45. Check my 45. All day, dog. Check. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Leo. Get it.
They'll try the left side. It's Carson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
3 butt. Shit.
61. Matchbox lights.
Sponge. No. Slow.
Look at me. Door.
Check hot route.
Ready.
On third down, Carson. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40 and down to the 28-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll try and run with their fullback. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Tighten up.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Come on, set. 60 yards.
To throw on third down, Sheldon. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Gage is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Weapon. Check 4. Hey, orbit.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. First carry for Raquel Armstead. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Okay, ready? X3, 218, chop it.
Let's get it. Kill.
Go. Hey. High 7, General West.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Here we go. 10-2 socks. Guard, fight.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 1.
Ready.
45, Mike, 45.
Go out.
You better bring it.
Check it.
On 3rd down. Carson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Set, ready? 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Screen, watch the screen. Yep. Screen. 5.
They'll set up a throw. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Bust through the tackle. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Protein spill. Bam.
Shoot.
Deep rip.
Safety pick.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He wasn't ready.
He moved off purpose.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 41-yard line.
Yeah.
Right there. 56. You must be.
Bravo.
They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
First down, Lions.
Go. Hey, box truck. 5.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch the run, watch the run. Mike, hey, exit. Mike, 4. I'm here all day. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Hey, echo. Right there, 54, right there. Hey. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there.
Ready.
All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Mike 5-4. I don't think you got it. Hey, Charlie. 54. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced, and a big loss here as he's taken down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. It was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play. The exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, it's Carson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Too soft.
You don't want this.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Now a give, right side. Carson. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
91. Hey, Sam off. Shoot.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Gage is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there as the first half is winding down. As they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Alpha.
Second and 2. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, wahoo!
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Yep. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
And the Lions first down.
On the double.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Leo.
I'm coming after you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Check three. Hey, check 20.
They'll keep it on the ground. Yates. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Weapon. Go.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Yeah. Smooth.
He'll look to throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Here we go. 60 or. Look at me. Go. Shift. Big grip.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
Down. Hey, orbit. 70. Indy. Go.
59, check, 59. On the ball. Mike, check, 59.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, high 7. Down.
Here's 2nd and 8. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
5. Go.
Mike's 56. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
5.
Back to throw again. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. 23 yards for the touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Okay, ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Watch twist. Watch the twist. You go
hard. Hey. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
25, check 25. General West.
Slam. Check it out, read.
Go.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
This will be taken short.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ready up.
45, Mike, 45.
Look, squeeze.
On 1st down, it's Carson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. They come up in an offset eye. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set them up with golden field position.
Check 52. He's checking.
22 jet bomber.
36. Out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On the ready.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Go.
Check.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Gage is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
56, Mike, 56.
Go.
All right, T, let's go. All right,
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Joker, 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 Joker.
Hey!
Motion.
Fire!
They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on third down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing on third and long. Sheldon. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, let's go, get set.
2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Christian, travel.
My front 4. Hey. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, echo.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but it'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go, Jackrabbit, come on. Switch it, come on, switch it.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 62 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS. Check 37, check 37.
Rocket.
Watch the whip. My chance.
Yes.
Mike 56.
Five.
On 3rd down, Carson. A gain of 2, just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Come on, set. 15, Ronnie. 15 line. Look at me. Go.
On first down, Carson. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Watch the boot. Kill.
Hey, lock it.
Kill.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. So the